Good evening, everyone. Like and subscribe. So now let me get straight to it. I'm supposed to be talking about, I'm supposed to be proving the existence of God and talking about the characteristics of God. However, it's hard to talk about God and not talk about Satan and demonic people. I mean, it's really almost impossible to separate the two. And what I mean by separating the two, it's hard to talk about good when there is so much evil in the world. Just so much evil to where let me put it to you this way. Caucasians who are Neanderthals have dug a hole so deep full of lies that it's hard to see your way to the top. And it is the lies told by Caucasians that create atheism. Because the things that they say, any person with common sense will say, wait a minute, this can't possibly be true. I mean, when I went to school, you said the Pledge of Allegiance, and then you sung America, America, God shed his grace on thee. No, he did not. Unless God is Satan and God is not. Satan shined his grace on thee. I mean, and in that song, it's talked about brotherhood. White supremacy is not brotherhood. I mean, we talk about critical race theory. It should be called Caucasians retreat truth. Caucasians retreat truth. That's what it should be called. Because, and I'm gonna tell you this: Black History Month, we need a Caucasian History Month. We need a Caucasian History Month because everything that we are taught historically is a lie. It's a lie. And trying to talk about the nature and the characteristics of God, it came down to how did the world get like this? How did the planet get like this? And I'm going to be plain and I'm going to tell you straight how the planet got like this. You see, when you talk about different groups of people, you call them different cultures. You call them different ethnicities, different countries within continents. But that's not how Caucasians looked at the world. Melanated people and people all over the world looked at the world ethnicities, tribes, cultures. Caucasians had another word, races. Now, what did the word races come from? A race is a competition. And the reality of the situation, people, and I'm going to talk about America because I know more about the United States than any other country. When those pilgrims landed on what they call Plymouth Rock, that's even a lie. They didn't land on Plymouth Rock. They landed on the shore. There was no rock there. It was a shore. When you think about it, and I remember the picture in the social studies book, this pilgrim standing on a rock, a boulder on a beach. Give me a break. The only thing you see on a beach is sand and driftwood. But see, Caucasians were racing against people. They were racing the Native Americans. And what were they? They were racing to conquer them. That's why they call people race. And that's where the term racist come from. If those Indians, if Native Americans had known that they were in a race, Thanksgiving would be called good riddance or thanks riddance. we got rid of these people. But see, Native Americans didn't know they were in a race. All they wanted to do was live in peace. So they would sign peace. So okay, they got some land, signed a peace treaty. Now we can go back to living our normal lives. No. Caucasians were in a race to take over the country. That's what they were doing. And Native Americans kept signing these peace treaties thinking that they were going to get peace of mind, but they didn't realize that they were in a race. They were in a race. White supremacy is a race. Understand this. White supremacy is a race against all of humanity. It's a race of greed against all of humanity. That's what race is. That's what racism is, and that's what white supremacy is. It's a race. And that's how they were able to conquer countries. Because people wanted to live in peace, they didn't. You see, they're Neanderthals. They are not Homo sapiens. Caucasians are not Homo sapiens. They are Neanderthal. 9% Neanderthal. Which makes them not Homo sapiens. A different, just like you had Cro-Magnon man, you had different species of humanoids. Neanderthal are a different species of humanoids than Homo sapiens. And that's the gist of it. And the simple fact of the matter is, it's time for melanated people to start running the world. We cannot continue to let Neanderthals run the world. They pollute the environment. Don't matter what it is. Air, water, the earth. They pollute it. They even pollute outer space. Polluted with trash. Let me explain something to you about something that's very important. And I think we should understand this. The knowledge which comes from creation, which exists in the past, belongs to all of humanity. For it was compiled by and traded to and fro and built upon and built up on by all of humanity. Knowledge has never been exclusive of one particular group. Knowledge has never been exclusive to one particular group. Knowledge has been traded to and fro through the centuries by all of humanity. So this stuff about white supremacy and white people being superior to other people is BS. It's BS. And they have created a rabbit hole of lies that is so deep, one can barely figure out how to get out of it. There is nothing intelligent about Neanderthals. Nothing. When Neanderthals came to America, Native Americans knew nothing about homelessness, jails, starvation, none of those things. They didn't have diseases like they had in Europe, the Black Plague. The audacity to call it the Black Plague. It was the White Plague. No other country had plagues because people took baths. People had sewer systems. In Europe, they had bedpans and then they emptied them, just throw them out the window. They didn't even take baths. But I'm trying to say the lies are so deep. The hole of lies is so deep, it's hard to see our way out of them. Every time I discover one truth, I find out something else ridiculous they did. Okay, you know about, for instance, you know about slavery. You know about the whippings and things of slavery. So you think, okay, now I got to deal with slavery. Then you find out that they use black babies for alligator bait. You're like, wow, wait a minute now. We're getting sort of demonic. Then you find out that they were eating black people. I mean, my goodness, my goodness. Caucasians should give the keys to the world to people of color because all they've done is lied and screwed up. They thought that they thought that life started in Europe. Wrong. It started in Africa. Black people. They say Jesus is white. Wrong. Jesus is black. We have pictures in Russia. We have pictures of the Vatican, of the Pope praying to a black Mary and baby Jesus. And when a priest was asked about this, he said that they were suntanned. I mean, the pictures are as dark as me. You don't suntan and get my complexion. They said they discovered America. Native Americans were here. That's a lie. Inventions. They didn't even invent anything. The light bulb. Wasn't Thomas Edison, Lewis Latimer. Telephone. It wasn't Alexander Graham. Black man, Lewis Latimer. And we don't know, we never say who invented the car, because obviously it was a black man who did that too. But what I want to say is that it's time for melanated people to take over the earth, or we're going to die. Or it's going to be a dead planet like Mars. I got into a conversation with a friend about a hole in the ozone. And he was telling me about global warming and this, that, and the other. And I said, scientists said that the hole in the ozone is caused by the carbon dioxide or whatever that we put into the atmosphere. And what people want to do is stop doing what caused the hole to come into the ozone, and maybe nature will repair itself. Maybe nature will repair itself if we give it a chance. But Caucasians won't even do that. They won't even do what's necessary to save the planet. They cannot be allowed to destroy the planet. They are not superior to anyone. Chimpanzees have a 5 DNA series. Caucasians have a 6 DNA series. Melanated people, Hebrew Israelite like myself, we have a 9 DNA series. I'll tell you this. Anyone with common sense knows that you don't destroy the planet. And let me ask you something about this white supremacy thing. Where is this? What is the purpose of white supremacy? What is the purpose of white supremacy? What is the purpose of of the world being nothing but white people? What is the purpose of that? Let me read this to you again. The knowledge which comes from creation, which exists in the past, belongs to all of humanity, for it was compiled by and traded to and fro, built upon by all of humanity. Knowledge has never been exclusive of one particular group of people. You see, when the Asians had gunpowder, it never thought of it. The thought never occurred to them to go around killing people with it. Why? They were not in a race. When Neanderthals got it, Caucasians got it, gunpowder. We could kill people with this. And then what did they do? They returned to Japan and was going to blow Japan up if Japan refused to trade with them. Japan wanted nothing to do with them. Native Americans tried to help them. I mean, the world, the only way this planet is going to be saved is if we put melanated people in charge. It's a must. It's a must that the most intelligent people run the world. But see, intelligent people would never do what Caucasians have done and said, because they're not going to try to prove themselves smarter. They're going to try to lift people up. But when you put the less intelligent people on the top, they try to hold everyone down to maintain a status that they do not deserve. So I'm going to end here, and because this is really more venting than anything else. But I still want people to understand that Caucasians, you need to give the keys to the earth over to people who are responsible enough to do the right thing. And I'm going to tell you something else. If you believe in God, you're going to do the right thing. Only an atheist would do the things that you are doing. Only an atheist or a fool would do what you're doing. And with that, have a great day. Like and subscribe. Talk to y'all later.